Hey everybody, Force Comic News is brought to you by Patreon. Patreon.com/Fortress of Comic News. If you enjoy our content, you like what we're doing here, you like the growth that we're making, and love the future that we have coming, go over to Patreon.com/Fortress Comic News. Throw us a buck or two. You'll get into our Slack channel. You get into the basically Insiders Club. I'm there all the time. I'll let you know what's going on, what the future of Fortress Comic News is, where we're heading, what's coming up, anything. And if you have any questions whatsoever, I try to answer as many as I can, if not all. So if you have an extra buck or two, throw it over there. We really appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the show.
Hey everybody, it's time for comics. Hello everybody and welcome to Fortress of Comic News, episode 57. I am Chris, and this guy here.
It's Mike. I'm here. I'm ready to do some comic stuff. Yeah. The things and the stuff.
So to put this in a time capsule, right now the Patriots are playing, so both of us are all on edge.
Yeah, I kind of have the game streaming right now just to watch the score. But it's in between the Eagles game, which Chris needs to watch the Eagles game, and we love our podcast fans so much that we had to still record. The show must go on.
Yes. So we have not a lot to talk about this week, but everybody stay tuned because after we do all of our TV talk, I have a special giveaway to talk about. But we'll get to that.
Giveaways, yeah. Woo! Free stuff. What's better than free stuff? Nothing. Nothing's better than free stuff.
Free is the best price.
Yep. Anyways,
so Mike, how was your week?
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah. Not a whole lot going on. You know, just working and snowboarding when there's snow, and then working, and then it's the weekend. I've been playing a lot of video games. Did I talk about I haven't talked about Stardew Valley on here yet.
Oh, jeez. He started playing Stardew Valley.
So,
beginning of the end.
It was like... I play Dota, and the problem with Dota is you can't play it really late at night because if you try to go to bed like right after you play a Dota match, your mind is like still going on about the game.
To be fair, the real problem with Dota is there's just not enough farming.
Yeah, it's not far. Well, you do have to farm golden experience, but anyways, so I was like, I'm gonna play this casual game, Stardew Valley. Everybody talks about it's like a 2D farming game. Was not prepared for the beginning of the game to be like how you get your farm is like your grandfather passes away and leaves you his will, and like in the will he says don't open this letter until you become really sad and depressed in life and you're like working this dead-end job and like a futuristic company at it, like your desk job, and you get really depressed, and so you open it up and it's like this will bring you happiness, like raising a farm and animals and living in the town that he used to live in. It's kind of like I was like, I just wanted to farm. I was like, what? Why is this so deep? Why is this... I didn't want to get emotional. I just wanted to farm crops.
But little did you know.
Yeah. But so I was like, yeah, I'm going to play this like 20 minutes before I go to bed. And it was like 3 hours later. I'm like, oh, God. What have I done? What have I done?
I'm afraid to get that game on Switch. Because...
Yeah. You won't stop. It's like... Because you need to farm and like you need to wait days for the crops to grow and stuff. So it's like, okay, maybe like one more day, and then you're like, oh, but there's so much stuff I could get done in this day. Maybe like one more day, and it's like, oh shit, it's been 12 days. Oh my god. But yeah, it's really good. I'm just playing the games. I had a nice solid Saturday night of gaming, which is like I need that once in a while. So
I hear that.
What about you? What's good? You finished your comic book yet?
No, anyone that follows me on Twitter knows that I've had kind of a rough week. There were some layoffs at my job, and so all week we were worried about that. And anyone that knows anything about depression and anxiety knows that how much it fucks with you. And yeah, so I've been dealing with that all week.
Do you still have a job?
I do. I ended up on the good end, but yeah, that was all week just worried about that and trying to get through each day, and just you come home and you feel like that, and there's nothing there. Like,
yeah,
not to bring everyone down, but that's just life,
man.
And yeah, but now that that's over with, back on the grind. It took so much time just to get like the videos and stuff done for the YouTube channel.
Oh, really?
Because just no ambition to get it done whatsoever.
Well, I'm a terrible friend because I didn't realize the situation, I guess. I saw you post a picture on Instagram. I'm like, oh, that's just Chris being silly. But in all seriousness, if you do have a friend that you think is down and out, just check up on him, Text them the little, just to check it out and make sure that you care. But I didn't do that because I'm a shitty friend, so I was playing Stardew Valley.
I mean, that's understandable, but in that picture you talk about, I posted on Instagram as well. That was me waking up Saturday, realizing that my life wasn't fucked, and I was like, now that everything's kind of melting away, I'm just going insane.
Okay, so it was you being
because
it was you being silly, Chris. Okay, so I was right. Yeah, but I mean, hey, what better escape than comics, right? I'll tell you, that's
the only thing I could do all week that I could do with consistency.
Yeah, because, you don't have, you're just in your own little world there.
Because Superman's always there for me.
Superman. Speaking of Superman, a lot of people are going to be happy about this. The red shorts are coming back. Well, I guess, the briefs. I don't think they're shorts, right? You call it, red briefs.
Yeah, I always call it the red underwear.
Yeah, the underoos are coming back with issue 1000 that, what's his name's writing? Michael Bendis, right? Or Brian Michael Bendis.
Yes, it's going to be an oversized issue, I guess, and he has a story in it, yeah.
Yeah, so they're coming back. So I don't know what that means for... Maybe that's why, Man of Steel got put on delay, because, they're having arguments in the development of the movie, we want red shorts. They're like, no, we can't do red shorts. Damn it!
We're gonna get continuity. We're gonna get the extended cut of Justice League, and they're gonna digitally and add in the red shorts,
add in the briefs. I want to know I'm curious to how they're just gonna reinstate the briefs. There's got to be reasoning behind it, right? I mean, unless he's just gonna change costumes and nobody's gonna question it or something.
Dude, I hope it's I don't even know how you do it. I hope it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I wouldn't even know where to start.
He'll be puts on his suit and then he puts his underwear on. Just oh yeah. Fuck it, I don't feel like changing.
unless they write a story where Mixaplex shows up and changes the universe and nobody questions it, that'll be fine. It's the best comic book way to do it. So we got some TV show stuff. Cloak and Dagger starts June 7th on Freeform TV. First off, for any of you who don't know what Freeform is, Freeform used to be, oh man, what was it? Was it ABC?
Wasn't ABC Family?
Yeah, ABC Family.
Yeah.
And then they changed it to Freeform to try to make it, and that's where, is Archie on there now or something?
No, Riverdale's on CW.
Oh, Riverdale's on CW. I don't know. They started doing more shows that are CW-ish, I guess, right?
It seems to be the Marvel dump zone. Because that's where New Warriors is going to come to.
Oh, okay. They're trying to make people watch that channel, I guess.
I think they want it to be their CW.
With properties that nobody really cares about.
To be fair, Black Lightning.
Yes, yeah, I know. I don't know. So we'll talk about Black Lightning after this. But, Cloak and Dagger, are you going to be watching that just because you're a Marvel fan, or like is that one of the ones you're going to be missing?
I mean, I'll check it out, but I don't have much hope for it. I mean, we'll talk more later about another show that I felt there was no way in hell I would ever get into. And I end up loving, but I'll check out. I pretty much check out anything comic book related. It goes back to before we had a new comic book thing every other second, where I was just like, it's comic book, I gotta go check it out.
Yeah, I know. Like this might not be around for much longer, and now everything's like.
I'll always try it, but.
Yeah. So Black Lightning, I think it's starting soon, or if it's not started already.
Started already.
Oh, see, that's how much I've been paying attention. Yeah, they've been talking about the premiere and stuff, but I remember watching the trailer and I just wasn't very excited for it. I still have yet to watch the first episode.
So yeah, everybody's going on about how good it is. I haven't had the time or the energy to actually watch any of the CW stuff this week, so I'm behind already. But
I'm making sure that I've watched Flash though. Like I did watch Flash.
Yeah.
Just Flash. I probably will try to watch Black Lightning tonight because I got to see how it turned out. I mean, whether it's a train wreck or not, I just need to see it for myself. Yeah, so the CW verse, I've seen Flash season, or the coming back to the season. I'm going to try to get caught up on everything else. I did hear something about Supergirl. I didn't watch Supergirl, but I heard something along the lines of Brainiac 5 and the Legion of Superheroes.
Yes, I did hear about that.
So that's like, I got to get back and watch those up. I think that started before the other CW shows, so I got to get back and watch that. Hopefully I can catch up on some stuff tonight. Marvel Runaways, that's already started, I believe.
Yeah, that was that's the show I was talking about earlier. That was on Hulu.
Oh, okay.
So it's one of those, they dumped the whole season at once. I mean, we're a little behind on this because this was almost a month ago it came out.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that.
I checked it out and I really, really liked it.
Yeah.
I'd never read the comic, but the whole premise was like these kids, they find out that their parents are doing like these sacrifices.
What?
In their basement, and yeah, but what's happening is these sacrifices are like they're taking the energy from that person and transferring into a different person, and that person is a supervillain.
Oh.
And they bring him back to life, and he's going to try to end the world. And then along the way, all the different characters find out they have some sort of superpower. And it was a lot of fun. There's times where it gets like really high school-y. That I didn't enjoy, but for the most part it's really good. It was enough that I actually went out and bought the trade for it.
Oh snap, there it is.
And anyone doesn't know, this is a Brian K. Vaughan book too.
Yeah.
So
so it's definitely good. Yeah, I don't have a Hulu account. I think you can make a free one or something. I'll have to check that out. But they must have done it right if like it makes you want to go buy the trade.
Yeah.
I
mean, it worked.
I feel like if they ever made Saga into a TV show, it would be like The Walking Dead, right? I mean, the people get so into it that they're like, the comics start flying off the shelves.
Yeah.
So that's good. Awesome. Yeah. So, do you want to talk about the giveaway before we do the comic news?
Yeah. So we're done with TV. So okay. Everybody, we are partnering up with Marvel Puzzle Quest and everybody over at D3. And so we're doing a little contest. So I'm going to give you all 1 week from the launch of this show, which will be Monday afternoon on the 22nd. And what you're going to do is go onto iTunes, leave us a review, and in your review, write your in-game name, so whatever your username is in there. And I will pick 3 random winners, actually. And they're going to get a free character as well as a bunch of currency in-game to have in-game. So remember, go to iTunes, leave a review, and leave your username in the review. And that's how I'll choose you. And I'll send that name off to them, and they will give that to you in-game.
Wow. I haven't even played this game yet. Have you played it?
I have. It's a lot of fun. It's made by the people who made. I mean, it's in the name Puzzle Quest. If you ever played the original Puzzle Quest, like years back, it was a DS game. It's made by the same people, and the only difference is that you are using Marvel heroes to fight with instead of a fantasy background.
That's pretty awesome.
It's free on your iPhone or whatever smartphone you have, and there's even one for like Xbox and PlayStation. It's like $15. I definitely recommend it.
Well, you heard it. You heard it here. Leave the review. Leave your username, and we'll send you off to Marvel. You get some free stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that we've caught you up in the middle of the show, you had to stay to the middle of the show to hear that good stuff. We're on to comic news. So Kelly Thompson signed an exclusive deal with Marvel now. It's kind of interesting.
Which isn't like it's news, but it's not huge news because she's been doing pretty much exclusively Marvel stuff for a while. And obviously, I don't count independent stuff because when they sign these contracts, it's really like just don't work for DC.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that's what it means.
She could probably start. I mean, keep doing like her own stuff.
Yeah, but it also
more
leads.
Like he doesn't grab her away.
Yeah, it leads me to believe that she's the one taking over the Spider-Man book from Brian Michael Bendis, the Miles Morales one, because there was a rumor going around that somebody was taking it over and that it was going to be a woman. And now with her signing the exclusive deal, makes sense. And then it was also, I think the similar thing was being thrown around about her taking over Jessica Jones as well. So I think she's really good. She's talented. She's not really done X-Men stuff to my knowledge. So I'm not a big follow of hers, but if she starts taking over those are books I read anyways. So I will definitely continue and see how she does.
I almost feel like that's what Marvel does with their like new writers. They kind of filter them through the X-Men franchise, and if like you can get readers and if you can get people interested with all those diverse characters, then they'll put you on one of the big books. Yeah, I don't know. That's the way I've seen it. Like at least all the people that they were a little unsure about, they used to write for DC coming over. They'd be like, okay, we'll give you an X-Men book because we know that you're a solid writer, and we kind of need more people reading this material. But that's pretty cool. And yeah, speaking of Spider-Man, Dan Slott is leaving Spider-Man, which is like 10 years he's been on the book, or damn. And now he's going over to Iron Man, though. So, I mean, he's still in the same universe here, kind of. And I don't read... You read the current Spider-Man?
I don't.
Okay.
I know a lot of people like it. Spider-Man's not a character I necessarily enjoy all that much. I do like the Miles Morales one. But 10 years on a book is a long time, and some people were starting to feel a little fatigued by him, so it was probably time for a change. And the things Dan Slott's done outside of Spider-Man I've liked. I really liked his Silver Surfer book. So, and that would also make a lot of sense to the rumor we talked about last week, which was that, was it Ryan Otley was possibly coming over to do Spider-Man?
Yeah, he's going to be going over to Marvel. So, and we said he'd be perfect for Spider-Man.
So it could be just an all-around creative change, and let's put a new fresh face on this book. And it's in circle, I think 800 here soon. Wow. So
yeah, I think I remember picking up I want to say 600. One of them was a big deal. It was either 600 or 700.
I thought it was 700 where Doc Ock dies.
Maybe 700. Yeah, they did all those variant covers and everybody's like making a huge deal about it.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. So Charles Soule and David Marquez are going to be doing a Hunt for Wolverine book, which I believe is going to be the story, right? That he's coming back to the Marvel, kind of like he's been gone for so long.
Yeah, and he came back in Marvel Legacy, and now he's in like they're taking something from the Marvel Cinematic Universe where they do like stingers at the end of the book. One-page stingers with him in it. So he's been back, but this is kind of the story of how he came back. And this is the same creative team that killed him off. So yeah, it'll be interesting.
I'm sure they've had this plan for a while. I mean, Wolverine's been gone for quite a long time. in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, and you don't read Marvel stuff all that much, but I mean, he came back in Legacy, and not only did he come back, he has an Infinity Stone, so he's up to something.
Oh. Yeah. Wow. I mean, he is basically immortal, right? So, I think it would be cool because I mean, like, Hugh Jackman has talked about it too. He's like, I would come back for Wolverine if you put me in an Avengers movie. Yeah, and that would like, that is what I want to see. I mean, I can't even imagine what him like that character interacting with the Avengers would even. I can't even picture that for some reason. I don't know. It would just be too good. like Hugh Jackman talking to Captain America. Is it Chris Evans? Which Chris is it? Chris Evans. Yeah, I was gonna say Chris Evans. But yeah, can you imagine just those two characters like going back and forth? Like the cinematic universe could like Captain America is like, you know, the Boy Scout, and Wolverine's like the old mad drunk. Like, oh man.
Yeah.
I'd pay good money to see that. Yeah, the other comic news I already talked about with the Superman getting his trunks back. I know, like, it's not like a big deal, but people made it a big deal when it happened. Like, everybody kind of accepted how ridiculous, you know, the tights were, and then they took them away, and everybody was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe, I can't believe they did that."
It's so weird. Like, it's weird that it's such big news, but it really is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what to say. Like, I don't have an opinion one way or the other. Like, he looked fine without him. Yeah. I don't have a huge... Like, I'm not so invested in his red trunks that it, like, made me mad when they went away or anything.
Yeah, so. Yeah, it didn't, like, make the character, I guess.
Yeah, but you gotta have something to put in a headline, and they gotta start pumping up issue 1000, so...
Yep. All right, well, kind of short show today, but we can talk about what we've been reading. I actually got a little stack over here. Let me reach over and grab it. There's some books, I think, from like a couple weeks ago that we haven't talked about yet. Paper Girls number 19 is basically the Brian K. Vaughan book, and it's kind of like the girls are still trapped in the future trying to get out. The girls, from the 1980s version, and there's a really funny quote at the beginning of it. It says like, this is like from the future. It says like Bloomberg Politics headline June 15th, 2017, and it's like, it says Trump orders government to stop work on Y2K bug 17 years later. Because like the book is like they go forward in the future to like the night of Y2K, so everybody's like freaking out about the internet like crashing, and they don't know what's going to happen. It's pretty interesting. There's a lot going on. Like, the girls are trapped there, but like one of the girls can see these like giant robots that are like cleaning up the town, and nobody else can see them because they have like cloaking devices. So there's got to be more to that. Why there's just like giant robots hanging around Earth. And I'm all about giant robots. I keep seeing that. I keep seeing the Pacific Rim trailer, and I'm just like, yes, please. Hurry up. Batman White Knight number 4. I don't think we talked about that. Basically, it's like, it's become like, they pitched this weird idea, like, this is where the evil Harley Quinn found the Joker's villains that he was controlling and is using them to tear up the city. And then the good Harley Quinn and Jack Napier, the Joker, are putting together this like task force that's going to work with vigilantes, and they make a good point of like how Batman, if he really cared about the city, he would invest all his money and like time into teaching them how to use the Kevlar technology and like give everybody a Batmobile. And Batman's kind of just like, yeah, I guess you're right. So he's like creating a task force that's going to be like Nightwing and Batgirl working with the police, which is cool. It's a pretty interesting idea. But this is while evil Harley Quinn is pissed off that the new Harley Quinn stole the Joker. So it's gonna result with one of them killing each other by the end of the book. I can see it happening now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. It's a new twist on Batman. I haven't read Batman 39 that came out this week. We got to talk about Dark Knights, Hawkman Found, which is a really good book. You could tell the lenticular cover. It's like so shiny.
Yeah, I think I talked about that when it came out.
Oh, did it? Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I read it and it was good. It's hard to make Hawkman interesting because, like, I don't know. I've always felt that way about him. Whenever he's like in a book, he's always just like the mad grunt, like the mad brute of every story, right? Like the Justice League is always doing something, and then you introduce Hawkman, he's pissed off, he's arguing with someone, he gets in a fight with one of the Justice League members, and then he either gets pissed and leaves, or he hangs out for a little bit, flies around. Like,
yeah,
that's your typical like Hawkman in every story. So the fact that we're getting like this dark version of him, it's pretty cool.
I don't remember exactly what I said when I came out, but I remember feeling like this book didn't need to exist.
Yeah,
which is kind of sad because I like Jeff Lemire, and I really like Jeff Lemire and his work, and I just felt like this book was just a waste of my time. And for a series that's been so good, like that was the only miss they had.
It was probably the weakest. I think it was the weakest issue of all the Dark Knight books.
Easily, yeah.
I mean, they already hinted in the main story, right? Like he's the keeper of the forge, so we didn't really need an explanation to it. But they made for a cool splash page at the end of the book.
Yeah.
Outcast, I haven't talked about in a while. This is issue 32. They're basically still. There's still a war between the outcasts and the evil people that are taking over the town. But now we find out the Reverend's been kind of hiding in the woods with everyone else that is trying to hide out from the bad people. But Reverend Anderson's son comes to town that like wasn't talking to him anymore and said like, "Do you know where my father is?" And of course he goes straight to the bad guys to ask them because they're like in control of the town. So I'm sure they're gonna like take him hostage and use them for bad stuff. We didn't talk about Walking Dead. I know you said you read it, and this is Walking Dead. Where's 175? I was like, the number's not at the top. Why did they do this?
It's definitely not Walking Dead number 1.
Yeah, they put it like right in the middle. Like, yeah, I was very sure. I've never seen a comic like that. Yeah, it actually got me back on board with this book. I was excited. We meet this huge society, or so we think so far, and they're very organized. They kind of look like stormtroopers, which is awesome. And we find out at the end of the issue that one of Michonne's children is still alive, or her only child. There's like a bunch of missing pictures. We find out, oh shit, Michonne's daughter is still alive. Which is, it's funny because like the pictures when she was like a lawyer or paralegal and she has like her hair down and stuff. It's like really fun. She's in like one of those power suits.
Yeah, this is we always talk about it where Walking Dead goes through lulls, and this is the issue where it all pays off.
Yep, exactly.
And it's going to get back into something really interesting.
Superman has been doing this like Super Sons of Tomorrow. Well, this is the last issue. I didn't read the newest issue this week. This is issue 38. It was a pretty cool story where Tim Drake comes from another universe. It carries on into Action Comics, and it's basically like it's just this big fight between an alternate universe Titans.
Well,
Yep.
It's in Super Sons and Teen Titans, not Action.
Oh, and Teen Titans, sorry. And it's basically like Superman's son grows up to be this awful threat, and they need to eliminate him now while he's younger because he doesn't know how to control his power. But basically, Tim Drake kind of realizes, okay, I can't fight all these people. I'm just going to sacrifice myself, and goes back to being dead again. So that was an easy way to kind of like wipe him out of the continuity of everything. Yeah, so that's what I had.
Okay. I also had Superman number 39. 39 was kind of a one-shot story, a really good one-shot story where he visits, he fights the demolition team, and then he visits like a cancer center for kids, and just takes them on like the adventure of a lifetime. It was really cool, really fun, and you get to see Batman smile in it.
What?
Yeah.
Batman crack a smile.
Aquaman 32. So Aquaman's found Mera down in Atlantis, and they're stuck in the Crown of Thorns. And the big surprise here is that they find out that they don't want Arthur Curry to be the next king. They want Mera to be their queen. And that means that Mera and Arthur can't get married. So there's a big breakup here.
Oh no, they're going to break them up.
But it was a really good issue. The art is still fantastic. And King Shark is in it.
Oh man, come on.
Damage number 1. This is the new age
so you read
of
that?
DC heroes. So
What made you want to pick up this book?
I'm curious about this whole line because it feels like DC doing Marvel.
Okay, that's right. We talked about this.
Yeah, they're doing the Terrifics or the Fantastic Four, the Immortal Men or Doctor Strange. I forget the one with the guns, but it's basically Deadpool, so on and so forth. So I just want to see what they were. Damage is Hulk. And specifically, it's Red Hulk, because Red Hulk has a power in the Marvel Universe where he can only turn into Hulk for an hour at a time. Damage can only turn into Damage for an hour at a time, and he's basically a giant brooding Hulk.
Yeah.
It's written by Robert Venditti with art by Tony Daniel. Tony Daniel's art is awesome, but
it's so good.
There's just no story there. Like, it's just a typical Hulk story.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to really get me to watch or read issue 2. The only exception might be if you are a Suicide Squad fan. They who runs the Suicide Squad? What's her name?
Amanda Waller.
Amanda Waller. She ends up at the end of the issue, and she's going to send the Suicide Squad to find Damage.
Oh, okay.
So if you're a fan of that, that's the only reason I could think of to really get into it. But other than that, I thought it was an average Hulk story, which kind of sucked. I was hoping for more. And that doesn't sour me in the rest of them. I'm still going to try the rest of them. I got Avengers 676. So this was them telling like the backstory of this new hero, Voyager, who was supposedly a founding member of the Avengers. And like what happened to her. We still don't have an answer of like, I don't know where this whole thing came from, but it's an interesting story nonetheless. Like all the Avengers, basically the entire Marvel universe is there, like taking care of this threat, and she just pops up. Killer Be Killed number 15. If you're not reading Killer Be Killed, you should start reading it.
I actually got the first trade for Christmas. I just haven't read it yet.
It's really good. So we took a little time jump, and the lead character is in a mental asylum because he realizes that this demon is his family curse, and he's pretty sure he's going insane. But at the same time, he's starting to think that the demon is real. And at one point, he actually like tells the doctor what's going on, that he's the vigilante that everybody's been talking about, and he sees this demon and everything, and the doctor laughs at him.
He's like, yeah, okay.
The reason he laughs at him is because he finds out that the vigilante killed 3 more people while he was in the mental. So we don't know if there's a copycat, if he's going even more insane than we thought, or what it is. But it's a great story. Ed Brubaker is awesome. And then I got Mighty Thor 703. It's just keeps being awesome. It's basically all the friends of the Mighty Thor come together and just like, Jane, you need to like take care of your cancer, because if you turn to Thor one more time, you are going to die.
Damn.
And I have a feeling it's going to happen because the name of the story arc is The Death of the Mighty Thor.
Wow.
But it's really good. Jason Aaron doing awesome work as usual. And that's what I got for the week.
Awesome. Nice quick show. Now Chris can go watch his Eagles lose.
Probably.
I will tell you, the Patriots did win the games. So onward we go. Better remembers he's still reading My Little Pony from last year, so in case y'all were wondering.
Read my last issue.
Yep. He's got them all collected and on his shelf.
We'll see. We might have to come up with another Super Bowl bet for this year.
Yeah, I'd probably take the bet if we did another one. I'll think of something.
We'll see. Okay, so where can everybody find you?
Ricker621 on Instagram. Where can they find you?
And you can find me on Twitter at Fortress Chris or Instagram at Fortress News Chris. Remember to follow the show on Twitter at FCN_official or go to FortressComicNews.com. And if you're so inclined, Patreon.com/FortressComicNews. Throw $1 or more if you want. And remember, contest. Leave us a review on iTunes and make sure that your Marvel Puzzle Quest username is in the review. And
put it at the end there. Free stuff.
I think that's everything.
All right. See you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.